What's up? This is Jackie O, the original Black digital nomad and Globetrotting mama. I slow travel full time with my toddler daughter Ruth. And today I am presenting for you the top 5 essential things you need to do before you move abroad. Because, guys, guess what? Corona 19 will not be around forever, and I want to make sure that when it is over, you guys have put in the work and have your one way ticket to your dream life. So stay tuned and find out my 5 essential steps to moving abroad or traveling full time. Step number one. So excited to give you step number one, which is your why. Understanding and knowing your why. Now, you may be looking at me like, Jackie, really? Really? My why? But guys, it is so important that you get a journal, a notebook. I mean, literally get a pen and paper and sit down for at least an hour, and write down why you want to travel full time or why you want to move abroad. And literally sit down, go through this exercise because you really need to understand what your motivation is, and you'll be surprised what comes out. And don't worry if after 15 minutes you're like, Jackie, that's all I got. Just keep sitting there, play some music, drink some wine, drink some juice, whatever you got around, and just go through that exercise. Even if you have to just close your eyes for a minute and just really and truly think about it. Think about why you're moving and what you want out of this new life. Why? Are you sick of your job? Are you sick of going into an office? Are you sick of the US? Are you sick of Canada? Are you sick of the UK? Are you sick of Nigeria? Because I know my audience comes from everywhere. But just really think about your why. Why are you doing this? Do you want a better life for your family? Do you want to travel abroad to meet the man of your dreams? To meet the woman of your dreams? Do you want to expose your children to new cultures, languages? Do you just want that sense of adventure? Do you want freedom? Are you just damn near sick of your boss? Whatever it is, guys, seriously, get a pen, paper, and write it down. And date it. Put that date that you wrote that. And as you keep thinking, so do that hour exercise. But then afterwards, 2 days later, in the middle of the night, you come up with another reason, write that down too and date it. Because guys, once you start really and truly thinking about your whys, so much stuff will come out. And you want to get that on paper. Guys, it's so important to have it on paper. And you'll find out more in the next steps. Still with me? Because now we are on step number two. You have wrote down your why. Perhaps you have rewrote down your why, but don't erase anything. Just keep going. Just keep adding to that list. And if by any chance you finished your hour-long exercise and more things come to you, keep writing them down because your why is so important for this journey, right? So step number 2, guys. Pick 2 or 3. 2 or 3. 2 or 2. You can pick 4 or 2. But I recommend 2 or 3 destinations, which are your dream destinations to either live full time or the first destination or first 1, 2, and 3 destinations that you want to go to as you travel full time. And guys, I really want you to think about it. Now, you may say, hey, Jackie, I already know where I want to go. I had an amazing time in Jamaica. I had an amazing time in Aruba. I don't need to go any further. That's how you get somewhere. And 2 months into it, you're like, well, I didn't really know it was like that. It wasn't like that on my week vacation. Because, guys, full-time travel is different than taking a week-long vacation somewhere. Unless you full-time travel, you're up and out every week. And that can be pretty hard on the body and the soul when you're traveling every single week. So what I want you guys to do is to think about 2 or 3 places that would be your ideal. Where you're like, yeah, I got this. Yeah, it's amazing. And then I want you to do your research. Because without the research, again, you may have gone to Jamaica for a week. It may have been awesome. You may go to Lagos every summer for a week, for 2 weeks, and you think it's the bomb, but guess what? It's hella different when you're living there full time. And I want you guys to really know each and everything about the place you're living. So when I say do your research, I mean understand the seasons. Why do you say understand the seasons, Jackie? Because some places have rainy seasons. And you got to make sure that you're okay with 3 months, 4 months of it raining every single solitary day. And if you're not, that's okay. Because it doesn't mean you can't live there. It just means you might need to be out for 3 months, right? If you want to move to Thailand, if you want to move to Chiang Mai and you think it's amazing, just know that there's a few months out of the year where they are burning and the air quality is horrible. So if you're okay with that, that is okay. But if you know that, hey, Jackie, in January, February, March, I might not need to be in Thailand. I might need to be traveling throughout Southeast Asia. Or I might want to peace out to Africa and check that out for a little while. Because you get to choose. When you have the work from anywhere lifestyle, you get to choose where you are, when you are. But I want that decision to be very well informed. And so when you're researching it, understand how much does it cost to live there full time. Now, some of you guys were like, well, it's hella expensive to live in Italy. It's super expensive to live in Jamaica. Huh? Really? Because there's some people who are living there who aren't making $1 million a year. And you can be one of them. So when I say research how much it costs, don't just go to Airbnb and see how much a month-long apartment rental is, because that is a good way to start looking. But no, the Airbnb is priced for short-term rentals. So I want you guys to get into the nitty-gritty and actually start looking where the locals look. So yes, start looking at some of the hyper local websites for whatever area you want to go to and see how much an apartment goes for. And see how much an apartment that you want goes for. Because like there's some places, guys, where you can live for $100 a month. You can live for $50 a month for an apartment. But do you want no running water? Do you want a squat toilet? And if you don't know what a squat toilet is, Google it. So you really need to know what is necessary for your quality of life. For me, I like my hot showers. Even though I like hot environments, and I do, guys, I really don't get down with cold. And so for me, being anywhere long term where it gets cold is maybe in a couple years, if Ruth wants to learn how to ski, we'll do 2 or 3 months somewhere where there's snow. But for me, snow just ain't it, guys. Like, I'm not about that cold life. But what comes when you live in a tropical environment is insects and hella big insects. So for me, when I am researching where Ruth and I are going to stay, it is important that whatever apartment I get has screens in it, has a lot of protection so that mosquitoes, flying cockroaches, lizards, and everything else that lives in a tropical environment doesn't live in my house, because I'm not about that. And I try not to use pesticides because I don't want to expose my daughter to all that. But yeah, Jackie O ain't about the insect life, nor am I about the rat life. And guys, let me tell you, when you live in some places, there are rats. Like, rats are real. I lived in Indonesia for a good bit, and let me just tell you, Tom and Jerry and I were in a battle. I won that battle because I am not living with rodents, but you got to prepare yourself. So if you're living on a ground floor, which I was, then you just got to know that, like, sometimes you'll have a little rodent friend who'll come to visit you, right? But as long as you are informed and you know what to look for, you know the proper questions to ask, you know the different temperatures, you know about like noise and air quality and all those different things that are important to your quality of life, you know about food, right? I am a pescatarian, so I don't eat meat. And there are some countries, my home country, Nigeria, where they are carnivores. People love the meat. Now, it's possible to live as a vegetarian, but you just have to understand how. But you want to know these things before you get there. You want to know that a lot of times when you ask for something about meat, people are just thinking of like pig or beef, right? They're not thinking of chicken. So you might have a big wad of chicken that comes in your food and you're like, what the heck? I told you something vegetarian. And they're like, sorry, ma, like this is vegetarian. So research your place. Like, Google it, look at other bloggers and people who are living where you want to live and find out. Make a list of questions and go back to your why. You know your why in tip one? Go back to your why. Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? Why do you want this new lifestyle? If part of it is that you want to work for yourself and you need internet, then you need to know that the country or the city you go to has consistent Wi-Fi and internet, has consistent power so you can have Wi-Fi and internet. Check out the speed. Do you know the speed of Wi-Fi in Montego Bay? Do you know the speed of Wi-Fi in Croatia? If not, and that's a place that's on your top 3 list of places that you want to go, then research it. Like, find it out and write it down. Again, keep a notebook, keep an Excel spreadsheet. This exercise you can do on your computer or you can do by hand. But keep a running list of the answers to all these questions. And the more questions you ask, the more questions that you will have. But at least when you have the answers to all of them, you will have a very informed decision of what that numero uno place that you're going to go to when you actually buy that one-way ticket and you are out. Because again, guys, what did I say? Corvid19 will end. There either will be a vaccination or it will quiet down. But believe me, the world will open back up again. And if you are ready to be out, then you need to do the research to make sure that when you are out and you're exploring and you're living life in this world, that you have made an informed decision about where you want to go. And again, if you're just traveling like I am, slow traveling full time, you still need to do this research, right? Because you want to have the best experience possible. And the way you do that is by doing your research. And it doesn't take much. The beautiful thing is that there is something called Google. And if you want to use Yahoo, you can use that too. And ask the questions that you want to ask. How much does an apartment in Rio de Janeiro go for? How much does an apartment in Cartagena go for? Just find the answers to those questions and then just start digging a little deeper. Reach out to an apartment owner, especially right now. What else are they doing? They're not renting out apartments. Nobody's going nowhere. Does your apartment, excuse me, sir, I saw you had an apartment listed on X, Y, and Z. Does your apartment have hot water? Does your apartment have a washer and dryer if that's something important to you? For me, right now, my apartment doesn't, right? I have a woman who goes to the lake every day or every week and washes my clothes, right? But as someone with a child, I think the next place I live is definitely gonna have a washer and dryer, because when you have a toddler, you just need to wash clothes a lot. But these are all questions you have to ask yourself for your lifestyle. Because at least for me, when I left the US, and I've left the US, as you guys know, multiple times, when I left, I wanted a either standard of living that was equivalent to how I was living when I was in the US or better. I wasn't going down. Like, what's the point of that? Now, maybe there's some of you all who are out there who are like, yeah, I want to live in a mud hut and squat in a toilet, like a hole. Maybe that's what you're about. And kudos to you if you are. That is not me. I do like camping. I can do that for a weekend, but that is not my lifestyle choice. So, all right, guys, I hope that tip was helpful. Now on to the next one. On to the next tip. On to the next tip. Aren't you guys super pumped? I am pumped, guys. And I get so excited when I help Black women, particularly Black women, women of color in general, but Black women in particular, because I'm one, make the leap from having a blah life where you're just getting by to living the life of your dreams. And for me, that happened when I was like, you know what, US, deuces, I'm taking my baby and we living abroad. We are traveling full time. We're going to discover amazing places. We're going to go to cool places. We are going to eat amazing food. And sometimes we're going to eat food that's not that good, but we're going to learn, right? We're going to learn when you're talking about some food, like, have you ever eaten pad thai in Thailand? Oh, yes, we have, right? Like, it's different. So on to like the next tip, guide. So you should have on a good understanding of your why. Why the heck are you doing this? Because if you don't know why, that's a problem, right? You need to look inside yourself and understand why you want this life. And after you understand your why, and you have researched your 3, maybe 4 countries and or cities that you want to go to, and you have a thorough understanding of everything that you could possibly find out via the internet about them. So, cost of living, temperature, different seasons, types of food, insects that are there, animals that are there, guys. Because let me just tell you, monkeys are cute when you see them on TV. But let me just tell you, because I've been that person who's had a monkey on my balcony, and it ain't cute. It ain't cute because they'll take your things, they'll come in your house, they'll defecate, and they can be quite aggressive. So look at all those things, guys. Again, tropical life. Again, I don't do cold places, so I can't really give you that much advice if you're looking someplace cold, except bring a jacket. But that's pretty much all I got for you. But so next tip, you have done your research. Now, guys, it comes to cha-ching, 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 the money. How you gonna afford it? How much does it actually cost? Now, if you have followed my step and truly researched your 2, 3, 4 locations where you want to be at, then you know how much things cost. And if you know how much things cost, then you can start creating a budget for how much it'll actually cost to live there are. And so research cost of housing, so you have an idea of how much rent will cost you per month. How much is food going to cost you per month? How much is Wi-Fi? How much is cell phone service? And usually, guys, I'm telling you, in most places of the world where you can just buy a SIM card and pop it in, unless you are planning on having detailed conversations on your phone every single day with your mama or with your significant other, who I guess has chosen to stay wherever you're from, which is another vlog for another day, which we can talk about. It's not going to run you that much because there is WhatsApp, which means all you have to do is be connected to Wi-Fi, and you can have either a video or a voice call with whomever you want. There is Skype, there is Zoom. So your phone bill, guys, should not be that much. It should not. I look at people in the US who pay, I don't know, 100, 150 for whatever telecom carrier they are with, and I'm like, yeah, never again for me. Never again. If I pay $20 a month for my phone, I'm doing the most, right? Because I just buy my SIM card, which is usually, depending on where I am, at most $5, maybe $10, but that's it. And then I just buy my data per month, and that's it. I'm good. I have a Google number. I have enough calls get forwarded to there, and I am living my best life, not giving all of my money to a telecommunications company, because that's not where I'm about right now. So once you know those core things, right? How much housing is going to cost? How much food is going to cost you per month? How much eating out is going to cost you per month? Because again, guys, we're not about sacrificing our lifestyle. And if in the US you weren't able to afford to go out, and that's something that you enjoy doing, then make sure you make it a part of your budget, because we're talking about living the life of your dreams, not the life that like you would live if you could afford it. When we move abroad, we're living the life that we want to live on the terms that we want to live it on. So once you have that budget, guys, it's all about figuring out, okay, credit, debit, credit, debit. Like if I need this much money, how am I going to bring it in, right? How am I going to make the money to afford that lifestyle? And I will guarantee you guys, for a lot of places in the world, you are not going to be spending more than $2,000 a month to live well, okay? To have a maid if you want one, to have a driver if you want one. You're not going to be spending more than $2,000 a month, and it's a matter of how you bring it in. Now, if you have a job where you work remotely, you can, in lots of senses, on a U.S. income, like still just use that U.S. dollars. And that goes up to my next tip, where we're going to talk about, you guys, which is bringing in the dough. Bringing in the moolah. How in the heck do you make money so you can afford to live abroad? Now, everybody doesn't want to work for themselves. Me, I made the decision a while ago that, yeah, I'm not about working for somebody else. I like working for me, myself, and I. I'm probably the toughest boss I've ever had. I probably work harder now than I've ever worked, but I'm also a lot happier and content, and I get to have the type of work day that I want with my baby Ruth in tow. I get to stop, start whenever I want. If I don't do work, it's on me. But you got to make the decision for yourself. And guys, that is what I want you to think about. How do you want to make money? Now, the thing that I know about Black women, because I am Black women, I'm having a conversation with other Black women, is that we know how to make lemonade out of lemons. Beyonce said it, and it is so true. It was true when she said it. It was true before she said it, and I'm saying it again. It is so true. So guys, the next exercise is a written one where I want you to think about all the different ways that you have made money, that you can make money, and write them down. Write them down. And also think, when you write them all down in a list, rank them. What are the ways that you want to make money? From 1 to 10, how would you like to make money? Is it, and some people are very honest about, they like to have a dedicated source of income that they can rely on. So if it is working for someone else, guys, what I want you to do right now, since you're probably at home anyway, is to, one, kill it at whatever job you're doing, and then after about a week or 2 weeks, have a conversation with your boss about how your job can be remote full-time. Because Corvid19 already gives you the case study that you can do your job remotely. So why not do it remotely from the Caribbean? Why not do it remotely from South Africa? Why not do it remotely from Tanzania? Why not do it remotely from the Dominican Republic? Wherever you want to be, guys, wherever your dream location is. So have that conversation with your boss. But make sure before you have it that you are killing it. Crush it at your job. I'm sure you already are, but just amp it up just a little bit so they know just how amazing you are and that they do not need to lose you as an employee. So that is my final tip for you guys. Write it down, the ways that you want to make money. If you don't want to stay at your current job, then look at that list of ways you have made money and make an action step to start acting on it. If it's your side hustle, which you just love, whether it be making baskets, whether it be selling a different product, figure out how you can automate it. Again, Google, how do I automate my business? Right? There are a million different blogs on it. If you want to be a freelancer, if you write, if you're a poet, there are so many different ways that you can figure out to make money. You just got to write down what you want to do and then start researching how you can make money from it. Hi guys, I'm Jackie O. I am the original Black digital nomad and Globetrotting mama, and it is always such a pleasure to have conversations with you guys, to answer your questions. So do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you like this video, and also comment below if you have questions for me, if you want me to do a vlog on something. I am so passionate and committed to making sure that Black women are living their best life and that they are fully empowered to live that life of full-time travel or a life abroad. Whatever you want to do, guys, the world is yours. It truly and truly is yours. I am a living testament to that. I love my life. I would not trade it for anything in the world. I love full-time travel. I love all the quality time that I get to spend with my baby girl. I love not being stressed. I love being on the hustle and grind, but the hustle and grind for things that I want that make my life better. And I want that for you if you want it for yourself. All right, I'm out, guys. Bye-bye. Until next.
Hey Black girl, hey, you good? Cause I'm fabulous. I'm a digital nomad and my lifestyle allows my daughter and I to experience new places, culture, foods, and people. Living abroad and or traveling full-time is amazing. It is freedom. I can work from anywhere. I want more Black women to experience the same sort of freedom. I help Black women manifest their dreams of a life abroad or a full-time travel. Are you ready for a life beyond your wildest dreams?